We all know that shitty feeling of waking up tired and wanting to go back to sleep and doing the day being like that. When we read something, we have to reread the same sentence 2 or 3 times or 4 times, and we don't really understand it. We feel slow. We feel brain fogged, and we don't have a lot of motivation. We would literally start sleeping in our chair if we could. And there are people out there, on the other hand, that just jump out of bed full of energy, wanting to smash the day, doing everything full of motivation, fully concentrated on the things they do, and motivated and happy and much more productive. And so by just improving your sleep with the tips that I will talk about in just a minute, you will literally, just like that, be ahead of 80% of people when it comes to happiness, productivity, satisfaction, motivation, and health. So here are the things that you can literally implement today to improve your sleep, starting from today, which are, by the way, science-based. And so the first thing I recommend you is to not eat really heavy, and in general, not eating at least 3 hours before going to sleep. And that is because your digestion will actually mess up with your sleep. The second thing I don't want you to do before going to sleep, and at least 2 to 3 hours before going to sleep, is to do a workout. And we all know this, we will feel more energized, we will feel warmer, and it will mess up our sleep. So the best time for workouts has actually been shown to be the late morning, and especially in the afternoon between 4 to 6 p.m. Then if you do a workout, or in general you take a shower at evening time just before going to sleep, I recommend you to not take it very hot. And that is because of a very simple reason. When you go to sleep, your body temperature will actually lower. And so if you take a hot shower just before going to sleep, your body temperature will be higher, and it will take more time to lower it and therefore to start sleeping. And another very important thing is to not drink coffee in the afternoon in general, to not be energized when you want to go to sleep, bro. So these were basically the things to avoid before going to sleep. Then another very important science-based tip that I highly recommend you to do is to fix every day a specific time when you will go to sleep. And to fix that time, you want to think about the ideal number of hours that you want to sleep and subtract that number to the hour that you want to wake up. And so you have the time when you want to go to sleep. And how do you know how much you should sleep? As a rule of thumb, as a teenager, about more than 9 hours, and as an adult, about 8 hours should be alright. But it's not as simple as that, because it actually depends from person to person. And so what you want to do is to try to experiment in the following nights and weeks. What is your ideal number of hours that you will sleep? And you know that by just seeing when you wake up fully rested, not wanting to go back to sleep again. Then another very important tip that I can give you is to turn off all blue lights and all strong lights in general, and also all technological device at least 2 hours before going to sleep, because blue lights really signalate to your mind that it's day, you should be waking up. Another very important tip that I can give you is to sleep in a very dark room, so with no lights on, and in a room which is also silent. You don't want to have noises that could trigger you to wake up. So the seventh tip I can give you is to try to do something that relaxes you before going to sleep. So ideally the activity that you would want to do before going to sleep, so in those 1.5 to 2 hours before going to sleep, when you have turned off all the technological devices, is something that makes you feel well about the day, that makes you close off the day with a straight point, and that calms you down. So some things that you could try out are, for example, reading, even though I don't like reading because When I read things that stimulate my mind, and so it will actually wake me up before going to sleep. But if you read a relaxing book or something like that, it's probably not a bad idea. Then I can also recommend you to try out meditating. I can also recommend you to do some light stretches, and maybe also journaling if you want to reflect about the day and think about what you've done and write down the things and feelings and thoughts and things like that. Another thing that I recommend you to do is to try to do as many choices today for tomorrow. So prepare all your clothes and prepare everything for tomorrow, so that when you wake up you will be ready for the day, and so that you have less thoughts in your mind for tomorrow. So if there is something that you want to remind yourself of doing, it would actually be a good idea to write it down somewhere, so that you will not have that thought in your mind while you sleep. And I know that even though we all know that sleeping is so key, bro, we all know this because our parents told us these things, our grandparents, and we all kind of know that sleeping is important, don't we? But the funny thing is that most people don't prioritize it. But ask yourself, do you want to be like the people you look up to? I don't know, David Goggins, Andrew Huberman, Hamza, Andrew Tate, your idols in general? Or do you want to be like the people that you don't want to be like? And I bet that the people you look up to all take care of their sleep. And the people that you don't want to be like are the ones that actually don't care about their sleep that much. So ask yourself, who do you want to be? And I know that we've not been told how to sleep and to improve our sleep, even though it's such an important habit. We've not been told about it in school, certainly not. But now you know. Now you know, step by step, things that you can implement starting from today to improve your sleep. And I know you will be wise enough to do it, because you've watched this video until the end. And this is why I'm actually sharing you these thoughts with you. I would love to see young men living a more natural, more purposeful, happy and full life. I love to see people around me living at their fullest, living like they want to live. And so this is not just a YouTube channel. This is a movement. This is a movement of young men who want to live at their fullest, who want to live a natural, happy and purposeful life. And if you want to join, subscribe. And as always, bro, remember that today could literally be your last day, bro. Literally. We could die today, or tonight, or tomorrow. So live like it. Make it the best day of your life. Do the hard work. And be who you want to be. And wish you all the best.